Welcome to our Easy Conversation YouTube channel. This video topic is our daily life.
I wake up at 6 a.m. I turn off my alarm. I stretch my body. I slowly get out of bed. I open the window. I let fresh air in. I take a deep breath. I make my bed. I fold my blanket. I arrange my pillows. Then I go to the bathroom. I turn on the light. I wash my face with cold water. I brush my teeth. I brush my tongue. I wash my face. I look at myself in the mirror. I smile at my reflection. I comb my hair. I wash and dry my hands. I leave the bathroom. I go to the kitchen. I drink a glass of water. I feel refreshed. I make a cup of tea. I take a small sip. I enjoy the warm taste. I open the fridge. I take out some bread. I make toast for breakfast. I spread butter on it. I take a bite. I chew it slowly. I wash some fruit. I cut an apple into slices. I eat the apple. I check my phone. I read today's messages. I reply to my friend. I check the news updates. I turn off my phone. I finish breakfast. I wash the dishes. I wipe the kitchen counter. I go back to my room. I choose my outfit for the day. I get dressed. I look at the time. I'm almost ready. I take one last look in the mirror. I put on my shoes. I grab my bag. I make sure I have everything. I take my keys. I turn off the lights. I leave the house. I lock the door. I walk to the bus stop. I wait for the bus. I check my watch. The bus arrives. I get on the bus. I find an empty seat. I sit down. I look outside the window. I see people walking. I see cars on the road. I listen to music. I relax for a moment. I check the next stop. I press the stop button. The bus stops. I stand up. I get off the bus. I walk toward my office. I greet the security guard. I take the elevator. I reach my floor. I walk to my desk. I turn on my computer. I check my emails. I reply to important messages. I make a to-do list. I start working on my first task. I stay focused. I type fast on the keyboard. I attend a short meeting. I listen carefully. I take notes. I ask a question. The meeting ends. I go back to my desk. I continue working. I take a short break. I drink some water. I close my eyes for a moment. I stretch my arms. I feel better. I get back to work. I complete my morning tasks. I focus on my next task. I open a new document. I start writing a report. I check the details carefully. I correct spelling mistakes. I save the file. I send the report to my manager. I wait for feedback. I get a new email. I read it slowly. I understand the instructions. I reply with a thank you. I stand up from my seat. I take a short walk. I talk to a coworker. We discuss a project. I share my ideas. My coworker listens carefully.
We plan to work together. I return to my desk. I check the time. It is almost lunch break. I finish my last task. I close my laptop. I organize my desk. I stretch my back. I feel hungry. I get ready for lunch. I grab my lunchbox. I walk to the cafeteria. I meet my colleagues. We sit at a table. I open my lunchbox. I start eating. My friend tells a funny story. We laugh together. I drink a glass of water. I take a bite of bread. I finish my meal. I clean my hands. I throw away the trash. I walk outside for fresh air. I enjoy the sunshine. I talk to a friend on the phone. I walk back to work. I feel relaxed. I go to a meeting room. I join a group discussion. I share my thoughts. I listen to others' ideas. The meeting ends. I go back to my computer. I read the updated schedule. I reply to a client. I prepare a presentation. I design the slides. I make it simple and clear. I check the final version. I send it to my boss. I take a deep breath. I return to my desk after lunch. I check my messages. I reply to my team. I start my next task. I organize my files. I update the project status. I make a phone call. I discuss some ideas. I write down important notes. I send an email to my client. I wait for their reply. I take a short break. I drink a cup of coffee. I feel more focused. I review my schedule. I attend a video call meeting. I listen to my colleagues. I share my updates. I ask a question. I learn something new. The meeting ends. I go back to my work. I complete a document. I edit a few lines. I save the final version. I close the file. I stretch my legs. I look outside the window. The weather looks nice. I take a few deep breaths. I get back to my task list. I work on a new assignment. I write an email draft. I check the spelling. I add the final details. I attach a file. I click send. I clean my desk. I throw away old papers. I write tomorrow's task list. I review the progress of the day. I feel satisfied. I shut down my computer. I pack my bag. I say goodbye to my coworkers. I leave the office. I walk outside. I feel the evening breeze. I wait for the bus. I listen to music while waiting. I get on the bus and find a seat. I sit back and relax. I reach my stop and get off the bus. I walk towards my home. I open the door and enter. I take off my shoes. I put down my bag. I wash my hands and face. I change into comfortable clothes. I sit down and rest for a while. I drink a glass of water. I check my phone for messages. I reply to a few friends. I go to the kitchen. I prepare a light snack. I eat slowly and relax. I watch some TV. I laugh at a funny scene. I check the time. I decide to go for a short walk. I step outside and enjoy the fresh air. I see my neighbors. I smile and greet them. I walk around the block. I feel calm and refreshed. I return home. I sit at my desk. I write in my journal. I reflect on my day. I think about what I learned. I set goals for tomorrow. I close my journal. I check my social media. I watch a short video. I put down my phone. I go to the kitchen to make dinner. I cook some rice and vegetables. I set the table. I sit and eat my dinner. I enjoy the quiet moment. I wash the dishes. I clean the kitchen counter. I turn off the lights. I walk to my room. I take a warm shower. I feel relaxed after the shower. I brush my teeth. I wear my night clothes. I lie down on my bed. I take a deep breath. I close my eyes and think happy thoughts. I slowly fall asleep. I lie in bed and check the time. It's getting late. I take one last look at my phone. I turn on airplane mode. I put the phone aside. I adjust my pillow. I pull up my blanket. I close my eyes and breathe deeply. I think about the good things that happened today. I feel grateful for the people in my life. I remember something funny and smile. I decide to be more positive tomorrow. I plan to wake up early. I set my alarm. I listen to the quiet of the night. I hear a distant sound of cars. I feel calm and relaxed. I stretch my feet a little. I adjust my sleeping position. I clear my thoughts. I imagine a peaceful place. I let go of all stress. I feel my body getting heavy. I slowly drift towards sleep. I feel safe and warm. I tell myself, tomorrow will be a good day. I take a final deep breath. I exhale slowly. I close my eyes completely. I fall asleep gently.